I like it.
Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I recently saw this kit show up on the internet and wanted it, and then I saw Walcom do his build on it, and I really wanted it, and then I opened my fan mail yesterday, and it was there, which is just further proof that GavinFuzzy is a wizard. I absolutely love pretty much everything I've ever seen of his designs. They are innovative, they are well done, they are beautiful, and he keeps sending them to me, which is definitely a feature in their favor. So, this is the SPAMF, which is a half-dart conversion kit, magazine conversion kit for the Falcon Fire. It replaces pretty much all of the original front and all of these parts that come off. You just have parts that just replace them and turn it into a half-dart magfed, which saves you all of the trouble of doing it yourself. Which is lovely, because I've always loved this form factor, and it just looked like it should have had a magazine, and now it does. And so I am really looking forward to getting this installed. I should probably look up how you actually do so. Seems like the sort of thing you should probably do. And then I'm going to get to it. So first I'm going to start with disassembling, and then I will look it up. He has instructions on the Etsy shop where he sells the stuff, so that is super awesome of him, because there's some groovy stuff in here. I will probably eventually add a paint job. I'll paint this part black so that it all fits my idiom a little bit better. In fact, I may actually do that right now. Get it apart, start that paint job, because I'll be using vinyl dye, so it'll dry real quick, and then I can look up the instructions on how to install it and have lunch, and then when I come back it should be dry and ready to install. It's gonna scrape off, obviously, eventually, but vinyl dye will hold up fairly well. There we go. A dinky little spring. I have what I think is a decent upgrade spring that was lying around, so we're going to try it and see how it works. I'm going to throw some vinyl dye on this, and then I'm going to go have lunch and look up how to do this, and then we're going to do it. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I threw a layer of vinyl dye on here, and then threw on some clear coat, and hopefully it will hold and won't gum up anything. So let's continue with the build. For the bolt, you do take the original O-ring off of the original one and toss that on there, and then it just goes right in there and creates a nice tight seal. You do use the original plunger head, so that just goes in there. I'm using a spring that I had lying around. It was a 12 kilogram spring. He recommended 5 to 8. I'm throwing in 12 because that's what I had lying around. Hopefully it's not too spicy. Hopefully I can get it to prime, and hopefully it'll actually catch, and hopefully it'll work and not, explode or anything. It is longer. If you don't have an upgrade spring, GavinFuzzy, being the awesome designer and all-around super cool dude that he is, does send you an option, which we'll get to as soon as I get this put together. He sends a spring spacer that you can simply put at the back of the stock spring to give it a little bit of pre-compression and give it a little bit more power. Not a lot, but every little bit helps, and I love that he does that sort of thing with his builds, just because it's a super simple addition. I mean, that's pennies worth of filament and very, very little time, but it could make all the world of difference to somebody who is building on a budget. So I appreciate that. Okay. Now, the original shell just completely comes off, and you discard it along with the original trigger. It comes with a replacement trigger. You use the stock catch. This part is actually used for removing the barrel, should you wish to. This allows you to push it out easily. But the back part simply locks in and fits just gorgeously. I love this man's work. It has hex thread things that fit into the hexes of the original blaster. That, again, just cool. All of the locks are superfluous in this build, so all of that gets lost in the original shell. No need for any of that. Screw the handle back together. You have your mag release, and you'll notice there are two catches because this thing is designed to handle both katana and talon mags, and they have their locks, their releases in different locations, but he's designed it so that this can use both. You don't have to swap out your magwell. It's just genius on a level that's baffling, and I love it. Alright, now we need to put this assembly on here, and it just locks in. So that the magwell is one piece, the barrel section is one piece, and then the back end is a couple of pieces. And that just locks on there. Oh, that is gorgeous. I may end up redoing all of this light gray in black as well, just to... Though I do like the multicolor. Okay, there is a bit of Picatinny rail that goes on the lower barrel, and I like how that looks. We then just put the original slide right on over the same way it originally went. I see why he recommended a lighter spring. That is a tough prime, but it does catch. So, let's try it with both of the magazines. I just want to test it. Yep, it will take katana mags. They lock in nice and tight. Very clean. They have the higher lock, so it's going past. That's the point at which it's hit the talon lock, and then it goes in further to engage that one. And then the talon one locks in as well. God, that is, I think, the coolest part. The fact that he was able to design it so that it takes either magazine without having to change anything at all. I mean, it's seamless, is just genius. All right, I need half darts because I want to shoot this thing. 109. 122. Let's try katana. 137. 132. That'll do! That will do. I might go ahead and take his advice and lower that to a slightly lower spring, because it is a bit of a beast to prime. You can prime it, but for a sidearm, or if you're running and gunning, I would like something that's a little bit easier to prime, and that's a mean prime for this handle. If you were to get a different slide that had something that you could hook your hand on better, that wouldn't be so bad, but I think either an 8 or a 10 would probably be better anyway, because at 132, I wouldn't be able to use this at Afterworlds. It's half dart anyway, so I'm not sure I could anyway. But that is just gorgeous, and it's such an easy installation. You need no tools other than a screwdriver. That's the only tool you need to install this kit. No cutting, nothing. Just take it apart, put the new parts in, swap an O-ring, and you're done. And that, I love this man's work. And I love that he just keeps sending me stuff, I'm not gonna lie. It's just beautiful. Anyway, yeah. It's currently sold out. That's how popular it was. I'm sure he will have more of them printed and available soon. He includes the instructions in the pictures on the Etsy shop, so you can see exactly, you know, if for some reason there was anything I did that confused you. It's really very, very simple. But I was confused about what this was exactly and what this was, so having those instructions on there was very, very handy. But yeah, that is fantastic. I need to find some way to holster this. And I think I'm going to leave the light gray. I might paint it dark gray so it matches the other dark gray part so I have fewer colors, but I really like how that looks, honestly. This definitely needed to be black. I like that. I'll probably go ahead and paint the SPAMF black so it adds a little bit more color, and I don't know that there's anywhere that I would want to put an X-Strike logo on this. Maybe a little one, but God, I love it. That really makes me happy because I always liked this shell, and now it is truly functional. So thank you so much, GavinFuzzy. Look at his stuff. He's got gorgeous stuff. All of his stuff is brilliant and creative, and yeah. All right. This was fun. This was awesome. I'm going to go shoot it some more. But thank you for watching.
We've got zombies! A feature I did not realize before, you can top load into the magazine. Oh yeah! Ah, too hot. I think I got them all. Filthy zombie scum. Don't let the amount of difficulty I had hitting these targets deter you. This thing is actually incredibly accurate. Those are just incredibly small targets. Moving on.